Africa TV, Free Cup Studio Live, 2021 GSL Super Tournament.
What's up, everybody? We're back. Excuse me, I'm dying. And it's time to go to SOS versus Dream.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting match. I think it might actually be the one I'm most excited about here tonight. SOS, he put out some great games against TY and was able to knock him out. He played pretty aggressive, pretty cheesily overall, but that's fine. You know, cheese is actually a macro build for PvT. But yeah, now he's going to be going up against Dream, who definitely plays a different style, and I really like Dream's TVP. I have since he's come back, basically, from the military. He's looked very good, very strong. In this matchup, he's got really great macro and micro and multitask. He really stays on top of a lot of stuff. I don't want to say he's better than TY at it, but he's different.
It would feel wrong to say he's better than TY at it, but he's a very different Terran. On some level, I feel like SOS is a bigger threat to TY, almost because TY is one of the great minds of RTS, and so SOS can kind of do his insane stuff that will only work against the greatest players in the world. But I'm curious to see what this is going to look like here. I think Dream is he's an overall very solid Terran, doesn't tend to lose to a lot of Protoss BS. Hard to trick as well. But this should be a fun match.
Yeah, I think it's a good match, and I'm actually just very excited to see which way it's going to end up going. I feel like if Dream can stabilize, he'll probably do well against SOS, but SOS might be able to keep him on his back foot. We'll see.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. I'm kind of waiting for SOS to come back in full force as well. I don't feel like his greatest hits had to have been in the past. I think he can still reinvent the game again.
I would give anything for him to win a third world championship.
That'd be so fun.
That would be sick.
Because there was a period where he was the undisputed best. But he just hasn't had success in the last 2 years. Yeah. We're actually jumping into this immediately. It's going to be on Nautilus. SOS versus Dream. Game 1 starts now.
Game start. Team NV, SOS. Good Game Gaming, Dream.
Good Game Gamer, Game Gaming.
We're to see how good a gamer he is. Can he?
Yeah. Can he good game it, though? That's the question. Can this gamer good game the game?
I think so. Yeah, Nautilus, and they are vertical spawns from each other.
Yeah, both sharing the left side of the map.
Alrighty. Just kind of waiting to see SOS's build more than anything, honestly. Second gas.
Yeah, I mean, that's, yeah, so.
Got to do it. Don't want to not do it.
Well, one thing about SOS that I've always admired about his playstyle is he really takes in every bit of the map, every bit of his opponent's playstyle, and exploits it. And it's why he was so hard for people to prep against, is he just really seemed to just understand RTS games so well, so perfectly.
He's super abusive and has all the mind games and stuff. It's that's for sure.
So this is a pylon here in the middle. We'll see what the plans are from there.
All right, sees the SCV coming from top left.
Now this
so
is going to
he knows
actually throw the Terran off here, because Terran's now assuming he's in the bottom right, but he's not.
Huh. Yeah, I guess in a way that makes sense. And the way that his probe went towards the top right when he saw the SCV going to the right, I don't quite get. Does it seem pretty obvious that Dream had to be top left if his SCV's coming from top left?
Well, I think it's because he wants to bring this back over here and build something. So he's trying to make it look like he's still scouting.
Ah.
So it's a robo.
Got you. Yeah, actually, because of the way Dream went to bottom right first, that means he won't pass through the middle to scout the other spawn. So he'll actually end up missing this.
Yeah, this is it's a very subtle movement.
Wow.
But it actually throws Dream off, and this is where, you know, SOS is just very good at the very, very subtle parts of the game.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? That's pretty wild.
So, 2 Stalkers come behind the Adepts. Obviously, as Protoss comes down to the natural and sees that there's no expansion there, you want to be ready for some kind of an attack. But, I mean, this is not the most common thing to do in the game. And I think with the pressure of these Adepts, I don't know that these Hellions are going to get a successful scout off in the middle. They might not even go through there at all. They do not. And they're going to end up being intercepted by Stalkers over here. Now, down here on the low ground, these Adepts can just very, very easily pick off the SCV's building. And look, one Hellion is not, I think, a threat you really need to respect.
Certainly not.
And in fact, they're not.
He's happy this Hellion's here because that means it's going to be less units for him to have to fight through.
Forces a cancel, so dirty. Now wait, I'm sorry, I didn't. Okay, he did get a Warp Prism. I thought for a second the Robo just finished and he made an Observer, and I'm like, huh.
Oh no. Oh. Oh, if that mine had hit that Tasteless.
That would have been insane.
Yeah. Dream would have laughed for days.
He would have laughed so hard he almost killed him.
That would have been SOS's only chance for victory at that point.
He would have laughed so hard he would have exploded like a roach being shot by a disruptor. It would have been insane.
Zoun wins this round as well. Okay, so...
Oh my God!
He's got 8 health left on that thing.
Yeah. Does he try to commit up here?
Well...
I don't think so. But, I mean, this is quite a lot of pressure down here.
Well, SOS just has his Nexus halfway done.
He's got the obs now. He can start to shave off these mines. Does he get... Oh, he does not get that mine. That's so huge.
Yeah.
He has to know there's an observer up here. Oh, I guess he doesn't. He sees the...
Oh, I think he can see it. I mean, you play this game enough, he can probably see where that is. Maybe just doesn't have the scanner, doesn't want to utilize it. Okay, a couple of Adepts shading right through.
He's ready for this drop over here with these Stalkers as well.
Landed Viking going to push those Adepts back. It looks like they want to shade out right now. He did push that back, yeah.
Yeah, and the mines never were planted. They never did any damage.
They were actually Hellions in there.
Oh, they were Hellions.
I thought they were mines,
I thought they were mines, yeah. I guess that makes sense. We had Hellions here before, and now they're gone, so yeah.
The mines are still there. Like, oh, I thought he could just have however many mines he wants.
I'm like, that's funny. It's almost like you could deduce what was there before and what's there now to figure that out, huh?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Well, he goes ahead and chases those away. Now, this is a 1-base Terran versus a 2-base Protoss. That's not sustainable for very long. Terran needs to pull something off here.
Yeah, he does sneak the Hellions in. Well, you get a little bit of damage at least. 1 probe. He's going to get some more. 2. Ooh, yeah, the hurt probes all run very nicely. 1 more shot maybe.
Oh!
Barely doesn't get it. 3 probes.
The first tank's out, but I don't know if this is enough.
Is that a CC next to a CC? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah. But again, I don't know that he can get control of his low ground just yet. I mean, honestly, it just seems like SOS is still very in control of this game. He's going to be getting Blink here. Keep in mind the drop path is pretty easy to catch medevacs in.
He's waiting exactly on the edge of it as well. Oh, he's starting to move, actually. Maybe he doesn't feel that's where it's going to come in anymore. Turns out it is, though.
Here comes that medevac now. There's no Stalkers ready. Oh, hold on. Oh! He gets it. Nicely done. The Blink should be done. Can he actually catch this medevac?
Well, I love the burrow and unburrow on these mines. Really nicely done, but good splitting from SOS. He's very much on top of this right now.
Yeah, loses another probe there, but overall SOS is still in good shape. He's double expoing here too. He's picked off the mine. You're okay losing 1 probe in a moment like that. Kills off the Viking. Now, how many tanks are actually back inside the Terran's base?
2.
Because when you're going for mines right away, the tanks are delayed, and Stalkers, for a second I thought that tank just self-destructed. I'm like, well, that's not good. Yeah, but I mean, if he has enough Stalkers, he might be able to just catch the tanks or dive on top of them. So I actually thought for some reason that Blink was done, but now it's about to finish here.
Now he does have a sentry in there. I think he was looking to just slow him down coming down the ramp, but oh my God, he's just going to go. He throws down the Guardian Shield.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, just barely not one-shotting tanks.
Yeah, it takes a ton of damage there on his Stalkers. Loses so many of them. Gonna
Oh
get the
my
Prism
God.
as well. Gonna get the Observer. My God,
This is what we were
big
talking
punish
about.
right
I mean,
there.
Dream is a pretty tough Terran to fight.
Gonna try going after that other one. Doesn't quite get it. Ooh, blinks forward, but actually I think that was almost a bait from Dream to get him to blink forward. He even had a Marauder coming down. SOS trying to capitalize on everything. I think his opening was amazing, but then that one blink in, definitely a little bit off.
Yeah, I think that SOS is still okay, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's something that's going to cost him the game. I mean, SOS basically came out of this overall very much ahead. And I mean, it's not good to lose that many Stalkers, but Stalkers are somewhat expendable.
A little bit.
It's not like he lost a bunch of Immortals or anything like that. 5 more gates are going to come in here. We're going to have Zealots with charge, and I do think that the burden is still on Dream to try to come out and make something happen here.
Yeah. Yeah, by a bit, I would say as well. But with the 3 base up, Immortals starting, this many gateways, this is like...
The big question, I think, now is can Protoss defend this attack? Because I don't know that Terran has that much to make Protoss necessarily worried, especially once charge is done here.
Immortal's a serious baller here.
Oh my God.
He did not expect Stalkers to be over here. He did not expect that at all. Look at this. So much value already. Scans, sees something that would just destroy him, and he has to back up. He finally sees the Robo in the center and starts to put this together.
Big warp in here inside the main. These Zealots don't quite have charge yet.
Imagine if they did, though.
Yeah.
That would be a slaughtering.
Oh, he's going to get the tank, too. Okay, good save, but this army isn't exactly that strong either.
No.
Oh my God, I think SOS is about to end this game.
Yeah, he's pushing really strongly. If charge had been done with that original group that got warped in, that would have been amazing. As is, still gets 11 SCVs, pulling out now. Another Prism on the way. He's lost a lot of Prisms this game.
But I think everything else he's done pretty well in. I mean, to be honest.
He had a couple poor engages, but like he had a lot more good moves than he had bad so far, I think.
So there's going to be a drop coming here. There is a cannon ready to try to fight this. I mean, SOS has really been playing a very impressive match overall here. Terran's going to try to come out again. The problem is Terran's having a hard time catching up because the Protoss punished so hard early on. We do have the 3rd command center about halfway done, but I'm worried that by then Protoss will have already expanded once more.
Don't see it yet, but I think you're probably right about that. Now, a lot of charge lots being made. Psystorm is on the way now, which is super important. And Dream has been adding a good amount of Marauders, so he's getting the type of army where you can really kind of start to out-micro the Protoss army.
Yeah.
But will he be ready for when this storm comes up? Because I feel like right now, he's like his army is kind of... It's more valuable in a lot of ways. Like he has a good amount of mines and a really healthy amount of Marauders in here. So even though like army supply-wise, it's pretty similar right now. SOS's army is not like it's not there yet. It needs this storm to finish, which obviously it's going to in a moment.
Yeah, it's done now. Yeah, this is getting rough here for Terran. There's that 4th base I was talking about right at 6 o'clock. The Terran is getting a little bit more confidence here moving out on the map, but I think that this is one where Protoss is just going to attack into the 3rd, and I don't know that Terran can survive it. We don't have the 3rd landed yet. Well, there it is now. But I think that it's all too easy right now for Protoss to just basically A-move over the Terran army.
Ghost Academy on the way right now, and that is very, very important, of course. Until he has some ghosts out, this is going to be pretty hard to deal with, though. Walking around with this many Psystorms. I mean, I think he has about 6 High Templars at the moment. 5 High Templars. But he's got, I mean, this is a good building formation. Okay, disables the Prism, so that's going to slow down Storms by quite a bit, and SOS pulls back immediately. Good disable.
Oh, what are these Zealots doing here?
They're coming for a flank, but there's a drop in his main base at the same time. Zealots hitting over at that 3rd, stimming a ton of bio down to deal with this.
Yeah, it looks like the drop's going to be cleaned up over there in the main. Protoss now has the availability of storms again.
Yeah,
and I think he's just going to rotate around here and just hit this third from the side. Ouch.
Yeah, the mines are doing awesome. He's really bruised a lot of these zealots up so far.
Nice.
Oh, another disable goes down. Yeah, very good usage of those disables here.
I think there's just too much here for SOS.
Yeah, there might be.
I mean, he's chewed his way through a lot of those workers. Yeah, but I mean, I think this army still beats the Terran army, and then imagine the disable finishes, and then you can storm whatever's left over.
Even had another High Templar out there, so does hit another storm. Some ghosts join the fray now. Still has these mines.
I think we're very close to the end of this game, honestly. Like, thought it was going to end a couple times earlier, but I mean, Terran is just hanging on by a thread. A lot of the workers,
he doesn't look super healthy right now. It's not like I could see him still pushing this game forward though, right? Because he finally has ghosts out. He still has a very healthy mine count, and he actually has a decent SCV count. He's on 50 against 56 probes. That's not so bad. He can definitely still produce. It's just he's got no real map presence or anything. SOS has dictated like 99% of this game so far.
Yeah, he's been in
I think
complete
that's
control.
the biggest problem is that we don't have any real rhythm happening for Dream here.
No, he's just trying to get to where he wants to be.
And as you get to super high levels like this, like the player who's dictating what's happening generally has the upper hand, right? Like SOS has forced him all over the place. There's been a few drops that came out that were good jobs, but overall, it definitely does feel like we have control for SOS right now. Now, there is another drop coming out here.
Yeah, no observer with this army. This keeps happening. Widow mines are just chipping away at the Protoss before they even get to where the Terran's actually at.
Yeah, he's actually getting a second robo now. Don't forget he lost his robo in the center.
That's right.
So that might have something to do with the amount of mines he's been running into as well. Although, honestly, his playstyle is not the cleanest at cleaning up mines anyways.
Okay, he's going to try to come in here now.
Oh, no.
The probes have not been pulled. Have not been pulled.
Could have been worse. All right, that mine. Choosing a better spot. +2, about halfway done here for Dream. I believe we already have +2 for SOS, getting that first armor upgrade as well. Observer speed on the way. Disruptors being created as well. Haven't seen any Colossi yet, though.
This has become a very slow game here. I mean, I got to say, it's pretty commendable that Dream is still hanging on in this game at all. Protoss is going to try to push in here again. This could be used to try to deny the fourth base.
It's kind of a smaller force that SOS is fielding right there. It's definitely not his full strength, but it's the type of army where you can get in, do a little bit, and then get away. Right. Like, see, he gets in, does a little bit, and then it's like, oh, you're bringing everything here? Okay, force fields us back up.
Let me seal this area off for now.
Yeah. And moving back with the Stalkers, because of course he can blink away, but picking off a few units here and there. I like the tactics that we're seeing out of SOS a lot.
No, I think he doesn't want to give away the edge that he's already got. Now, we do have the Disruptors that are going to be here soon, and I think that's where he's going to start to stake out a position just outside of the Terran's fourth base and begin to chuck Disruptor shots in there.
Dark Shrine on the way. So many Disruptors actually being created.
Yeah, there's 4 already out on the map, and there's 2 more that are going to be merging up with this army in a little bit.
Yeah, that main CC is actually the one that we see here at the 4th, as we saw. So if he loses any commands, it's like, you know, I think a lot of people wonder about that, when to float, when to build new ones. And in like a tighter, lower economy game like this one, even though, I mean, he's had a decent amount of SCVs, a lot of times you are going to see those CCs float down, but if you lose them, it's like twice as painful.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a backup.
So, this is a big drop coming in here. But this means that there's not going to be that much to defend over here at the entrance.
Well placed. Look at this. He actually has... Oh, that EMP was actually awesome. That could have been amazing size
storms. Oh my god, these Disruptor shots are insane.
The second one actually totally whiffs.
Yeah, so does... Yeah. This is pretty crazy. So he's doing a lot of damage over here into this natural. He's going to get rid of this Disruptor as well. Don't think it can fight back at all.
And he's taken out a lot of the important tech. Look at that. The Dark Shrine looks like it's going to be picked off, which is super nice. Might be able to pick up a little bit and get out as well.
I thought he was going to shoot down more of the medevacs there, but they're going to get away now. And I think that you're just going to have to push up. Now, Terran's actually attacking down, and that makes me worried. I don't think that size-wise this is going to work.
No, his army can't really fight this heads-on. It's very hard to fight this many disruptors, because as long as they have some amount of units with those disruptors, you can't actually do the engagement.
Right.
But what you can do is try to outmaneuver them a little bit. Like that drop we just saw, that was a pretty good drop, I think. Right? He got some disruptors, he got some probes, he got the Dark Shrine. That's annoying stuff to lose as Protoss, but how do you fight when SOS brings his entire army up? That's going to be a little bit harder question. I almost feel like this is a game where Liberators would be a really good thing to add in. But the economy's been a little bit small. Like, can he fit those in? And also, it's a very big map, which makes using them a little bit harder as well.
Good dodging on these disruptor shots so far. Great EMPs as well here. I mean, Dream has really done such an incredible job of basically avoiding all this splash damage, whether it be Storm, Archon hits, or disruptor shots.
More Storms coming down.
There's that Dark Shrine about to finish again.
So many disruptors actually being created. 5th base is up and mining for SOS. Of course, we've had this 4th base for quite a while. Can Dream take a 5th base coming up is kind of a big question. Some definitely high-quality EMPs. But yeah, the amount of disruptors that we're seeing, it really does feel like you're going to need something else in your army than what we see. Like, he's doing very well, but look, as soon as the disruptors come up, you see him and you have to turn around.
Bam! Big amount of them just taken out there. And,
Emerald over here.
what did you call me?
Emerald.
Who's Emerald?
Emerald Lagasse. Remember that famous chef? It's like, BAM!
Oh, no, I don't know who this is. I
You
wish
don't
I
know
got
who
this.
Emerald is.
No, I really do not know who that is.
Oh my god, just the greatest Italian chef of all time, Tasteless. And that was his trademark, is BAM.
Just like Tasteless, the greatest Italian caster of all time. That's another big one, man. It's funny because like Dream's doing such a great job in this game. I don't know how much longer this can last. He is taking that upper right spot. That's going to be really easy for Protoss to hit.
Yeah, he's going to have to zone him out of there somehow.
It does have that issue where it's a little bit harder for Protoss to, I mean, for Terran to take the other half of the map against a Protoss.
Dude, I don't see any true fallback. Like, he can start diving aggressively on bases and probably take some out. But SOS can do things like counterattack, but then also fall back on disruptors and recall to not die. Whereas we don't have anything that can prevent death for Dream. He needs some more starports, in my opinion. And, like, he's got 13 medevacs. Okay, that's cool.
Oh, this is going to be bad.
Oh, boy. Well, that's as good a dodge as you're ever going to see right there.
Yeah, there's too much.
But definitely that was some... that was a lot of disruptor shots shot out all together.
Yeah.
That was the panic disruptor. Okay, but see, he's making a great move like this, but if SOS moves across the map, how do you hold on?
That's the issue, is that SOS can actually sacrifice positions.
Yeah.
And come in here and basically take the only stuff that Dream actually has. But I got to say, you can really appreciate how tenacious Dream is from a game like this. He's been up against the ropes the entire time, basically. And the disruptors are going to make it impossible for this infantry to ever get close to here. All the SCVs are going to be picked off. He will end up losing that command center.
Yeah, and I mean, the other base can be killed off as well. It looks like he's going to, like, probably re-land his 4th. But yeah, you can... Oh, gosh.
She's going to pull everything
elsewhere.
and try to base trade.
Yeah, like... Look at the amount of disruptors here. No, I think that Dream actually was very impressive here. SOS as well.
Well, I think SOS really...
Well, he opened the game so beautifully. Like, he kept one base pressure on and macroed out of it really magnificently and got into a lot of disruptors. Now, you can see, like, Dream's mobile army is insane. He's doing a ton of damage. But again, can you get the kill?
Yeah, now look at this surround over here. If he can actually start to snipe these medevacs, too. Oh, my God. So many Stalkers, they one-shot.
Where's your boost?
Oh!
Oh, no.
Okay, another CC's going to go down. I imagine Dream taps out in a second.
Yeah, I think so.
There's really not much...
There's, like,
not much you can do
very little
anymore.
left for either, but 6 o'clock is still up and working.
Yeah.
Hey. If that does not get scouted or anything, oh my god. No, just look at the army, though. Now, this is the situation where I was talking about where, like, if you have, like, if he found some way to go Liberators on top of everything else he was doing, maybe he could have an entrenched spot where this would have a hard time breaking in. But as is, you're just shooting out 1 to 2 Disruptor shots, and by the time you get to the end of your Disruptor shots, the first ones are back. It's like infinite.
All right, finally that game ends. GG, SOS takes it. Dream was fighting for his tournament life back there, but yeah, when you have that many Disruptors and SOS is that ahead and has that many bases, it's not a difficult end game for the Protoss. I mean, I think Dream had some smart ideas like hitting that bottom right spot after he had SOS distracted, but SOS has the ability to look at that situation and make the easy calculation that, all right, let's shove now.
Yeah. Let's
go right to where his last expansion is and kill it. I can throw away a few bases here and there and still be functional later on.
Yeah, if you're playing against this mass disruptor type of play, I guess the 3 options you have as Terran are to do what Dream did, which is like very medevac heavy and just moving around the map. But I think that's the hardest one to close out, to get an actual victory with. You look really good while you do it, and you're like, wow, that's a Terran player. But then the other ones would be like go Liberators or go Siege Tanks to try to actually have muscle enough to fight Protoss at the end.
We're going to game 2. Lightshade is our map.
Team NV, SOS. Good Game Gaming, Dream.
So let's see what SOS does. Anytime we've got an SOS game, I tend to divert most of my attention over to that side of the map because I want to see what kind of build he's going to do. He really does always seem to have the widest range of possible play.
Yeah, it's pretty wide. See if he goes double gas here once again. I wouldn't be too surprised, honestly. His one base openers.
He seems to be
really
very confident one base opener against Terran.
You have such a wide range you can do. It's just, if anything gets like really well blocked, you feel like you can't come back because Terran's first real push is going to be deadly against you.
The thing about SOS is he's very good in these unique situations, and he really seems to understand the mindset a lot of these pros have and how they also want to cut corners and try to get ahead in any way they can, and he always punishes that.
Oh, he's playing PvP. He's got the double gate. There's the Cybernex score. Not blocking the Adepts from shading in, though.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So, yeah, he's going to put a proxy pylon down here. Now, is this going to be a Robo again? I don't know. Maybe.
It's possible.
Could be a Stargate as well. I mean, with SOS.
Stargate would be... That would be very different. Like keep the,
like go like Adepts at a Void Ray or something.
Yeah,
yeah,
I could see him like here. The SCV is scouting and seeing. Okay, it's 2-gate because he went 2-gate last game with Robo. So maybe you start thinking, oh, that's what it's going to be, and then he just goes like proxy Void Ray or something. No, it's a Robo.
Oh, it's a Robo again.
Just going to do the same thing.
Okay, now let's point something out. In the TY games that SOS played, he did the same proxy build twice in a row. and again, here's why it's funny. And if you guys have followed this show for a long time, you've probably heard us say, you know, there's an art to prepping for a best of 5 or a best of 7, and so much of that is about randomizing the strategies you're bringing out, because if you get too predictable, people start hard countering you. And so a championship player can do the dance from, you know, I do this proxy to this macro game to the, you know, every different type of StarCraft game you see. And what SOS is doing is intentionally dumb looking because it's not supposed to work, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You're not supposed to proxy Robo twice. And because SOS didn't do this for a while, he's thrown this into the tournament now. He did it once to TY, and even TY was caught off guard. He's like, oh, he did it again? And now he's doing it here. And you know that Dream studied those games, but is still probably assuming that it's not going to be a proxy Robo once more.
Yeah. Well, he just scouted the Robo, right?
Yeah.
So also Game 1 prepped Dream for Game 2 because I think he's actually going to go DT with this.
Oh.
So he makes it look exactly the same, but he has a second proxy location. Look at this. This one Hellion actually really screwed him up. He's losing multiple probes, and he had to use a recall on this Stalker, which is kind of brutal. But yeah, he kind of he does this to people where the first build will set up the second build to work better, because right now you're looking at this and you're like, oh, it's like, you know, he's going to keep on the pressure with the Stalkers and the Prism and all this. So he's got like the Cyclone. Cyclones aren't detectors.
Yeah, no, this is so ingenious. I love
it works.
If
right?
it works. No, but I mean, the ideas are so smart, man. And yeah, even when the Terran looks at this and says, oh my god, it's like the TY game, he's doing the same proxy build to me.
Yeah.
The ace up his sleeve is that in fact DT Tech is going to be here. And right now, Protoss, Terran is much more focused on just trying to take a fight and take, you know, and try to push down onto his low ground, but Invisibles are coming, Ari.
Yeah, Invisible Men on the way. Observer comes in and gets scanned.
And he burns a scan.
Well, he has 2 CCs in his main, so Dream picked up a thing or two here as well. He does not right now have any detection. He is a ways off. If DTs get into this main base quickly, it's not a good thing. Okay, gets rid of the Hellion.
Here we go.
Well, I guess he gets the Prism, which is kind of nice. You need to split these DTs, though. Very important.
Yeah, so the idea, is that the scan can only take up so much surface area. So he actually gets away with both? With both.
This is
unreal.
The worst thing that could have happened, because
yeah.
now he's going to have 1 scan. He has to wait for the Raven to come out to get the other one.
Oh my god, he's going to go for the tank. Tank dies very quickly to DTs. Keep in mind, there's still an army out here. Oh, the tank is killed.
He's making an eBay with all of his heart, man. Everything he can do to get that eBay done. He's got like 10 SCVs sitting there. Look at this, good dodging.
Yeah, he kept this alive for quite a while.
Look at this, sitting right on the edge. Right on the edge of the scan, dancing around it. Almost sticking his toe there.
And, I mean, he's getting so much value here. Finally, it's picked off.
Yeah, it gets that turret up. All right.
10 SCVs were killed. A charge is coming. A new Nexus. Not a new Nexus. The Nexus has been mining for a little while now. The Terran's just about to get on to the low ground. And keep in mind, you know, with another Warp Prism out here, anytime Terran tries to leave, you can end up sending more DTs into the main. Charge lots are inbound here. No third base yet for Protoss, but I don't know if you want a third base just yet either.
Yeah, I think it's good to just really mass up units right now. I mean, he went DTs, he's lost a Prism. A lot of things have happened this game. I think fielding a good-sized army is probably a good choice.
Yeah, anything he could just chase away is going to be pretty good. So I mean, again, Dream kind of tripped up at the start of the game and trying to play this out in a more normal fashion, but SOS kind of on top of everything. He's really looking much more like the SOS in the championship past.
Well, shows that Prism for a moment. His army's actually repositioning in the north, though. Observer sets up to give him a bit of vision. Charge is about to finish. Big warping around his Zealots here.
Now, I don't think Protoss wants to just attack into the natural. That seems like one way to lose, but sometimes you can just break in and kill him.
You must risk a loss if you want a win.
Whoa, Arfucius. All right, here we go. Coming in here with a good surround. The bunker falls. The tanks and the Marines will fall shortly after that.
Yeah, how many SCVs is he going to end up getting? Because I think that's what the big value was here.
Oh my god,
Oh,
and now the
man.
Zealots are here in the in the main. Oh my god, I mean, I don't know if Dream's gonna last through this.
Look at this, he's actually bringing all the Zealots, right-clicking them on the tank. Now the Archon shooting over the wall to help finish that off. Oh
GG SOS, smashing Dream in a true Protoss scumbag fashion.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of very, very technical ideas at play here. Like the fact that that looks identical to the Game 2 proxy, and it's actually a different type of rush. So the Terran was very not prepared for DTs.
Yeah, and he countered the build that happened in Game 1 magnificently in Game 2.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was a completely different build in the Invisible Men. That scan he did was a big problem. Like, you can't, like, he scanned there. And here's the thing. I guess maybe he dropped a mule, and then the DTs came or something like that, because the scan was trying to get both, and when you try to get both, a lot of times you get neither. So maybe he felt like that was his only chance he had to get lucky there. Maybe that's why that scan was like that. But otherwise, you have to have all your units next to the DT, and you scan and you make sure you confirm that kill.
We're going to Oxide for game 3. Is SOS going to 3-0 Dream just like he 3-0'd TY? Or can TY... No, excuse me, not TY, can Dream... I messed up my intro.
Man.
Can Dream recover and begin a comeback? Let's find out right now. What do you say?
Game starts.
I like our snap, snap finger sound as the game starts.
Team NV, SOS.
I didn't notice it, actually.
Yeah, it goes bing, and it goes click, 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 click. That's Tasteless clicking his heels together.
I want to go home.
Yeah.
Good game gaming. Dream.
End up back in Kansas.
All right. Does he go double gas? Let's wait and see. I want him to. I want him to go double gas and Void Ray Rush. That's the way to finish this off.
There
Double
it is.
gas.
Double gas.
Do we have another probe on the map? No, we do not. But one's coming.
So funny.
Yeah, that's pretty well timed to throw down a Stargate. This probe just harassing heavily.
We have the other probe headed towards what looks to be the upper left. Maybe stops right here.
That looks like a Stargate for Oracle, if I had to guess.
Could be. Is it going to be spotted, though?
It might.
This is actually not as ideal of a spot if he gets it. Oh, wow. It goes right by it.
That's what makes it so ideal.
It's funny because SOS, I always get excited when we have a series like this because, you get to really get inside the thought process of a pro and like him and kind of how you plan all this stuff out. And especially when it all works out, it's pretty entertaining. So you think it's going to be a Stargate. Let's see if you're right.
Yeah, I think so.
Could be a Robo, Artie.
I honestly don't think it'll be a Robo. Oh, a Twilight. Okay.
But that's not in the proxied spot.
What is that other probe doing up there? Yeah. What? Okay. Is he just like... I almost feel like he's a computer that like you program to do random stuff, and then like it's getting too random, and you're like,
that doesn't make any sense. I'm like,
yeah, eventually you're
you
like,
don't just hide a pylon there and then don't use it, but
yeah. And he has like a random probe behind minerals. It's like, they will count my probes. I am missing 2. It's like, what? No. No, that's not. No one thinks like this. I'm sorry. You're ahead of your time. So he's going Blink Nexus. So 1 base Blink into Nexus. So yes, Blink will be slightly quicker than it would have been on 2 base, and he'd already have a bunch more probes.
Yeah.
I guess he's scaring him. That's something, right? Like the command center's up on the high ground. He's making a Cyclone. You don't want a Cyclone.
Yeah,
there.
so this was one where I guess he puts that other pylon out there so it looks like there's going to be more hidden tech. It's, the super cheesy stuff, there's 2 hidden pylons.
Yeah.
And so there's one that you think, oh my god, he was about to start the DT rush.
And by the time you find it, yeah, exactly, right? And now he's killing, oh my god, the SV's got to see.
Oh, did it get up there?
Yeah, that was good scout.
No.
Well, I mean, if you see that at the ramp, you know that there's a Nexus, most likely.
Yeah,
but I guess SOS would be
SOS,
the one guy.
yeah, that's what I was getting at. He's the one guy who plays weird enough where it's like, well, you're never actually sure.
Well, that would be the ultimate play, wouldn't it? It's like, yes, and then I kill the SV right as it only sees that, but can't quite confirm the Nexus. Like, all right. So it's time for you to retire. Your brain's too beautiful.
Robo coming out now for the Protoss. Terran's still staying back. He hasn't scouted that pylon yet. Still looking. And he's going to see this now.
Well, I guess the first 2 games really, like, he's doing his own economic damage to himself. He finally finds that pylon.
Yeah.
But the amount of SCVs he's scouting with and everything, the amount of carefulness he's exhibiting.
Yeah, he's only just now landed that. This Nexus has been up for a little bit, and you're right.
SOS has more workers still, right? Like, and now
Right.
he has Blink, and he's probably just going to slow this down. SOS, again, he's like primed him through game 1 and game 2 to really fear the 1 base. And then this is like not even... it's like he started Blink and went Nexus. It's just the worst macro build ever made,
Yeah,
but it's good because of game 1 and 2.
This is not actually safe at all. If you were to just try this against a random opponent, you could be killed so easily, but you're right, because he's been primed to be afraid, he's basically conditioned. It's kind of crazy to when you think about it. He's conditioned Dream to be so afraid of him and respect him so much that he's just taken up a third base for free, or a second base for free, and a third base right away.
Yeah. He's up 8 workers without doing any damage.
Yeah. It's really something else.
It's a very
now he
different
can blink
game.
up in here, and this kind of transitions into basically just a solid, blink can control and contain the stalker pin, basically. Taking a little bit too much damage on these stalkers, but he'll blink out in a second.
You know, it's wild to watch this guy play. It's inspiring.
No, he really is one of the goats of RTS. All the RTS games, it's just
there's not even really, there's no one like him that I've seen anywhere else. Like not
even in
we know
any
all
other
the
game.
StarCraft 1 pros and stuff. No one does mind games to this level. This is insanity what he pulls off.
You know, the history of SOS is he actually is not from Seoul or from a major city.
Yeah.
He's actually kind of from
the
the boonies out here, and there was one PC cafe, and as a kid he'd just go there all day and watch other people play StarCraft because probably didn't have that much.
And they probably all sucked, and that's why he's so good at making these terrible strategies. He learned from them.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, is that a good build? They're like, yeah. He's like, really? He's like, I'm older than you. You better agree.
Yeah, like, he just seems to understand not only just how an RTS can work and what you can get away with, but how people are processing the game, and then how to deceive and kind of abuse that thought process.
Yeah.
Like, this is not what SOS did only works because he succeeded in 2 insane builds. One was a straight-up cheesy proxy. The other one was he faked it out to make it look like the same thing, only so that he did something else and threw him off with DTs. In the third game, by then Dream's like, oh god, oh god. SOS even puts pylons hidden out on the map to generate the imagery of something's going afoul here.
And to put this clearly, if Dream was a bad player and he just didn't react in this game, his push that normally comes out with Terran as you take your third base probably would have killed SOS straight up.
Yeah.
SOS just wouldn't have enough units. But here we're in this wild position. Yeah, it's so weird to watch too. Like, you see, like, he blinked in the main base. He just sat the stalkers there for like a minute.
Yeah.
He's like, this is making you uncomfortable.
Yeah. No, you're right. If it was a bad player, he would have ignored this. Obviously, if it was a bad player, SOS wouldn't be doing this. But
look, yeah, most people look at their economy as minerals and gas, and then maybe Zerg add in larva, and SOS adds in how uncomfortable you are. That's one of his greatest resources.
Yeah. And now SOS is comfortably ahead in the race economically. 3 bases. There's a. Does he see that with the observer? No, I think that's just out of range. Terran wants to push, but I'm worried that, there's just going to be everything that you want here as a good player to just try to take this on. The storms are insane.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. All right, this is going to be a 3-0, guys. GG.
That's crazy.
SOS.
And you know who's left in the tournament? He can absolutely win this tournament. SOS can it's only Protosses and Terrans. Like, really his weakest is his PvZ.
Yeah, that's true.
It always has been. So,
well, I'll tell you what, this is actually one of the most well-prepped.
Did he just spit on himself?
Did drool
just come out of his mouth?
I didn't see. Did he?
Yes!
Did he actually just troll? That's how you know he is an elite gamer. This guy is doing some of the best of 5 prep I've ever seen. While he's
our
trolling.
Protoss king.
While he's
He is
trolling
our
himself.
Protoss king.
He knows exactly how many tiles are on the floor of the stage. Just everything. We'll be right back.